Well, greetings, one and all, from all the folks here at the Olcott National Center for the Theosophical Society in America. We send you our best holiday wishes. Having just completed the month of November, going to bring you a little bit of an update about the many things that went on then, and maybe a little bit looking forward to what's up ahead during the month of December and beyond. It was, in fact, you're probably tired of hearing this at this point, but it was, in fact, yet another busy month. For me, in particular, involved a little bit of travel and a few different sorts of speaking engagements, some of them quite interesting, really, one in particular, which I'll be showing you some photos of. We also celebrated some of the festivals that occurred during the month of November. This year, it included Diwali or Deepawali, depending on where you are in India, how it's called. But we had a big celebration for that, big lunch, and then the Festival of Lights. So I want to share some of that with you. So without any further ado, let me start the film rolling. My wife Lily, who hails from Singapore, but whose family came from Tamil Nadu, loves a celebration no matter what it is. So when Diwali came up, she put together her crew, and they prepared a wonderful meal for us and decorated the place fitting to the Festival of Lights. It all took place down in our lunchroom area, the Nicholson Hall, and folks turned out and dressed up accordingly, all of the ladies. And then there was one particular man who might remind some of you Bollywood people of Amitabh Bachchan. But we won't say who that was. Our kids joined us and, as always, brightened the occasion for everyone there. And then, of course, our littlest little Indian was there with us as well. Lovely Ellie, the daughter of Vanessa and Christopher. So it was a wonderful time by all, and a good chance to celebrate. Any reason will do. On November 18th, the Theosophical Society had been invited, and I had been invited to speak at an event in Chicago that was sponsored by an organization called Greenheart, which is also connected with the Center for Cultural Interchange, which is a worldwide, largely student organization where students go abroad and get a chance to meet with other people. Its founder, Emanuel Kunzelman, is one of these very visionary people who has, for a long time, since 1985, been working to promote environmental awareness, cultural interchange, and a global consciousness. So they were the sponsors of this event. Really a remarkable event. It's called Envisioning a World Transformed. And what they did was they invited really some visionary people to come and participate in this program. And people were all local to Chicago area who were doing just remarkable things. There was a man named, some of these names I'll have to read you, John Edel, who has a completely self-sufficient farming operation in an old meat packing house in the middle of Chicago. He's created new businesses. There's a woman who started a school for global citizenship. There was another lady who is a world-renowned sensitive, and Sonia Choquette, an author. Another fellow and who's put together an organization starting from just the ground up where they have developed a whole body of housing and employment for people who were previously homeless and veterans. Visionary people who were all trying to move to that next step of networking with one another and bringing this consciousness to the world. So they asked me also to speak, to bring the perspective of the Theosophical Society, of the aspect of inner development and unity of all life, all religions. So it's a remarkable event. I'll show you some pictures from that. So November 18th, we went to Envisioning a World Transformed, and Paula Finnegan, Juliana Cesano, and Michelle Harrell, who frequently volunteers, were there representing us. Emanuel Kunzelman is the man who put it all together, and he's quite a remarkable fellow. He invited a number of people. Ms. Ippel from the Global Citizenship School, John Edel, who's with The Plant, Then there was also Brian Rowland, who has created the Safe Haven organization, which has done remarkable things with homeless housing. Sonia Choquette, who is a sensitive and an author, quite widely published. All were there at the speaking to the crowd. It's quite a nice crowd of people. About 200 people came. There was different things going on, from meditation to just plain old-fashioned opportunities for conversation. Many, many networking opportunities were created during this and encouraged. So you got to meet an awful lot of people who are out there doing things, trying to figure out ways to do things. And so there was a lot of cross-pollination, a lot of input from all sides. The day ended with a panel with all of the presenters on hand. As I said, it was just a remarkable day. And many, many thanks to Emmanuel Kunzelman and the Green Heart people for bringing these people together and putting on this event. I had a couple of more occasions to speak, one of which is a regular event that takes place here at the national headquarters. Used to be called Tea with Tim. And when you had people who looked at the program and found themselves asking, who is Tim? We decided that probably a name change might be in order, so changed it to Conversations with the President, which may be equally deficient, but anyway, on any given night it's 10, 25 people for a ranging conversation about applications in the spiritual life. So a couple of photos with that, and then also had an opportunity to travel to New York. I was in New York over Thanksgiving, visiting with my New York family, as I tend to do, and had been requested to speak at the New York branch of the Theosophical Society, who have a wonderful, wonderful place there, right on 53rd Street, off of 3rd Avenue, right down the business district. So spoke there. It was a very good program. Got to meet with some old friends as well. So the first Tuesday of every month, we get together for this Conversations with the President in the library. And it's been a pretty lively sort of event over the past, well, it's been a couple of years now. But get together, and it's pretty much free form. Might have some things that I want to bring up, and then it's largely a chance for us to discuss what's going on in different people's spiritual lives and how best to apply the principles. Then it was on to New York, where I had a chance to see Ed Abdul, and of course Nathan Warhol and Hannah were there, and I had a chance to speak with them, speak at their center. And those of you who know a little something about Kirlian photography will understand this next picture, or if you're psychically sensitive. So that was a picture that was taken while we were there. The very last weekend of the month, we had a very special program. We had Ajahn Pasano, who is a Western monk who's head of a monastery in Northern California. And he joined us for a Thursday night talk, and then he also did a weekend retreat, mindfulness, insight, meditation retreat. It was very well attended and was an excellent program, something that I really do hope we'll be able to repeat in years to come. But he's a monk along with our own John Chianchosi, who is on staff here, who was previously abbot of a monastery from the lineage of Ajahn Chah, Thailand, one of the foremost meditation masters, they say, of the past century, who John and Ajahn Pasano also studied with. So John and Ajahn Pasano have been friends for a long time, and John arranged for him to come here. Very, very good program, and here's some pictures of that. So the last weekend of the month, Ajahn Pasano came to do a retreat and to give a Thursday evening talk. Our own John Chianchosi had the opportunity to introduce him. Ajahn Pasano and John have been friends from their days in the Thai forest monastery for many, many years. 39 years is what he said. So the retreat was well attended. It was a very intensive retreat with 11 hour-long sittings, and was very well received by all who attended. And every year we always have a Christmas tree here at the headquarters. And this year we did it again. We had a tree trimming early part of last week, at which members of the staff came. Some of us made cookies. Punch was there. Had a good opportunity to just have good old-fashioned fun hanging Christmas decorations and playing Christmas music and talking real loud. But it was a good occasion. The kids from the Prairie School joined us and sang a little song. So it was really something to get the Christmas spirit going in earnest. We haven't had any snow, and the way the forecast is going, it looks like we will be laying out on the lawn to tan. We've had record temperatures here lately. But good time was had thinking about the colder days and the snow to come. So the last weekend of the month, my wife Lily organized our tree trimming party. So everybody gathered in the library, those who could come, put on their Santa hats and grab some decorations to beautify our tree, which I have to say really is quite a lovely tree. So everybody got into the act, putting the decorations where they wanted to. Our own Ben Furman topped it off with the angel. And as I say, everybody got into the act. Ajahn Pasano was passing through the lobby and asked him to put one up. He said it was the first time in 40 years he had trimmed a Christmas tree. I guess Buddhists don't do that often. So there was also a tree that was put up in the library, which features the books that are published at our own TPH. There were a lot of snacks that were had, excellent ones, I should say. And just for those of you who think that being presidential involves sitting in an office, some of those very ones on that table were made by moi, the Rugala. Kids came by from the Prairie School and, of course, stole everyone's heart with a song. All in all, just a very good day. And last but not least, I leave you with the littlest of our little angels in all of her Deepawali splendor.